adventure, continuing. Last week we left off with glowing runes, and that's where we'll pick up. I do have a couple of announcements. First off, we are doing a giveaway tonight for those gorgeous dice. So it's for any and all of you. I believe hopefully soon more information will be in chat, because I realized I don't actually know the information about how to enter the giveaway. Oops. I have so many people who are supporting me that sometimes I realize I'm a little bit out of the loop. But it's thanks to all the wonderful people who are doing this along with me. I know Marzi is working on setting up some commands for the bot in the Twitch app that will let you use the command ! followed by a character's name. And that will allow you to find out a little bit about the character. That just a little one-sentence thing. So that was all I had to say. Do any of my players want to chime in with anything?
Other than I'm waiting to hear back on how to join the giveaway. But as soon as we get that information, we will pass it along.
Okay.
Can I say hype?
Very cool.
Hype.
Hype. That's all I have. That's all I have.
Yes, you can always say
Nervous hype.
No.
Nervous hype.
Right there with you.
Unadulterated, excited hype. I'm excited to be like actually back now, not just like this weird voice without a person.
Not just a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
You're fully back from the ethereal plane now. Or the shadow plane, or whatever plane it was.
Or the wherever he was.
Hype to the power of hype.
On that note, we are going to go ahead and jump in. So, yes, last week, our adventurers found themselves having recovered from a fight with wolves of some bizarre sort, wolves that can reanimate themselves and wolves that can only kill by decapitating. Also, as Kia found out, wolves that are telepathically in communication with someone. So after that fight concluded, there was a lot of conversation because both Kia and Leon had ended up, through various means, being transported to a study and having a conversation with a human. It was an interesting juxtaposition in that said human seemed to be expecting Kia and completely shocked to see Leon. The gist of the conversation was similar, though, in that both Kia and Leon were offered something that they have been wanting for a long time. For Kia, it was information about their family, and for Leon, it was the ability to go back in time and change something that he regrets. And then eventually, Leon returned to the material plane and to the spot where he disappeared. And there was a lot of conversation, and then continuing on to the blood vault. And after a couple of uneventful days of travel, followed by thankfully uneventful nights of camping, Jackson did, through his primeval awareness, detect a fae, a celestial, an elemental, and 2 aberrations, all in this in a 1 mile radius circle. So there was some conversations had about that. And then you approached the ruins of Black Star Keep. was made out of black stone, very dark black, almost obsidian-like. And Liliana had cast Detect Magic, and Johann also decided to because 4 eyes are better than 2. And the doors were still completely intact. They were had similar carvings to the doors on the fortress in the Glen. And you entered to a very similar setup of a great room, just a big empty room. And in the far left, there was a glowing room. And that's where we left off. So, what are you all going to do?
Well, I think I'd like to investigate that rune, but not touch it. Do not touch the rune.
All right. So
Feel
you
like
go across the Great Hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk over to it and see if I can figure out a bit more about it, other than the fact that it's a glowing rune and clearly magical.
All right.
I was gonna see if
Is anyone else following Johann?
I will follow, and then also try to see if I can't find any, make sure there's no traps along the way.
All right. Smart.
The rune is, rigged to explode.
I mean, I'm not just gonna walk right up to it. It's not.
Maybe it's just a good idea to check for traps regardless.
Yeah, probably. That's probably.
Generally a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead and make your investigation or checking for traps.
I rolled a 17.
14.
What did you roll, Jackson?
17.
Okay. So, Leon, you're looking, and on your way to the room, there's no traps. Jackson, you don't see any traps either. When you get up to the room, it's like here's the corner, and the rune is like on this wall, and then on this wall is a small little archway. That is definitely trapped.
I will just as Jan's like, I'm like, I wouldn't touch it if I were you.
I wasn't going to touch the rune.
Good choice.
I mean, let's just walk up to this magical random glowing thing and just touch it. That's a great idea. I've absolutely never done that before, and I don't know why you're accusing me of this.
I've seen a variety of professional individuals go up and touch things all willy-nilly after spending the entire room not worrying about it.
The only time you touch something willy-nilly is with a 10-foot magical pole that disarms everything. And I don't have one of those on me.
Just do it with panache.
Unfortunately, I have to get that spice out, and it'll take a minute. And also, I don't think it applies to that, whatever that is. I don't really, I'm going to have to figure out what that is.
Disarm it with thieves' tools?
The rune?
You can certainly try. No, the doorway is what's trapped.
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't actually told me about that yet. He just said not to walk up to the rune and touch it.
Yes, I will.
I'm going to continue walking to the archway because no one's told me about any traps so far.
Try to disarm the trap in the doorway.
Okay, make a roll with your thieves' tools.
So is there a trap there?
There is a trap in the doorway. Yes.
Well, thanks for letting me know as you let me try and walk right past it. That was very nice of you.
Well, I mean, you didn't walk right
How
past
close did you get, Johann?
I was literally about to walk into the archway.
Okay, but you did not.
No,
Good.
I was like, I assume he was like sitting right in front of the archway and I was about to walk into it.
What did you get on your thieves tool? Yeah.
Still rolling it. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay. No, that's totally fine. I just didn't know if I missed it.
While he's doing that, I would like to look around the room to see if I notice anything else interesting, shall we say.
It's ruined. There's, I mean,
like other magical symbols, even not glowing?
Nope.
All right.
Well, you still have detect magic up, so if there were anything else magical.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like broken runes are not magical, but they're still noticeable as runes.
Nope.
All right.
18 for that disarm trap.
Okay, so there is a mechanical element to it that you are able to disarm. There's a pressure plate on the, like in the archway, but you get the sense that there's also a magical element to it that you're not sure if you disarmed or not.
Would I have noticed that?
Yes, because I forgot you still have detect magic up. So yes, you noticed kind of this. It's not quite as strong as the rune. There's much more magical power in the rune, but it is.
Okay, so where is it?
There.
Around? It's in the archway, or is it near the archway?
The magical essence is in the archway, and it's like make an Arcana check.
Okay. Oof, 24.
Okay, so based on where you grew up, you have encountered this spell a lot. It is essentially a, like, in essence, it's a, like, offense of magic.
Sorry, I missed that. What?
It's like a fence, a magical fence, but it's always keyed to a riddle.
Could I try and find the riddle? If there's a riddle around.
It's right underneath the room. And also, I hope this works. I hope you all can see this. Can you see that?
We can see, like, is that a full page?
No. I mean, no. It's it's a fractal pattern.
Oh, okay. I'm not really, sorry. It's, okay. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I'll also explain it in case that visual didn't work too well. So you see this runic symbol, and then kind of, which is carved into the stone, as is the riddle. And then almost, it looks like it was etched onto the stone, is that fractal pattern of, like, it almost looks sort of like a tree with, like, you have the central portion and then branches that branch, that branch, that branch, that branch, etc. And the riddle is it said, well, actually, can you understand it? Yes, you can. Keep track of what languages all my players or all my characters know.
Which language is it in? Is it Elvish?
It is in, yes, it is in Elvish. So Justin, you would also be able to understand it. It says, my tines are long, my tines are short, my tines burn out, ere is heard my first report.
All right, say that one more time.
I did put it in the Discord chat. If one of you wouldn't mind copy and pasting it into the Twitch chat, because Twitch is not going to let me do that while doing everything else I have open on my computer. So it's, do you all see that?
We got it twice.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Kia, where are you in all of this?
I'm probably hanging out, like, middle of the room-ish, just because looking around.
Okay.
By the way, just do I remember what tines? I don't actually remember what tines are. Should I? I feel like I do.
forks, like tines on a fork.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like things that.
Yeah. The two. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. Johan, you can go ahead and make a history check because you sort of recognize this room.
Okay.
And you can make it with advantage.
Oh. Well, that wasn't great. That was only a 14.
Okay.
Tines are long, my tines are short.
I feel like I know what this is, but I'm not going to...
You should know what it is. It's almost like this riddle was written for you.
Yeah.
And that rune is really familiar. You've seen that rune before.
I know, it's just, I can't... Oh. Is it a bolt?
What type of bolt?
Oh,
it's
lightning
not a bolt
bolt.
you shoot it. So as what do you say that out loud?
I'm thinking it, and then I'm going to call everyone over and say it out loud.
In common, I assume then.
First common, then Elvish.
Then Elvish. So when you...
I'm not making a Gandalf mistake again.
When you say...
yeah, everybody. We got an interesting thing over here. Seem to have a bit of a puzzle. I think I've got it. But I first want you over here, not too close over here, but nearby. So if it works, we can all get it in case it's a timed thing where it comes back. I don't know. So I've seen these before, but occasionally there's variations where it closes back up after a period. So you might want to gather up a bit over, not in a line though. Just stay in separate. All right? And I say it in Elvish.
All right. So you then, again, because that did not take you long at all, you still have detect magic up, and you notice the magic that you saw in the doorway disappears.
Cool. All right. Then it's good. Well, I'm going to go check out the rune. Kia, if you want to come along, could be some help.
Sure.
Right. And I guess I'll walk over to the rune, but not too close. I'll stay like 4 feet away, 5 feet away, so I can see it, but not like, you know, full face into it.
Okay. Excuse me. Kia, you can go ahead and also roll a history check with advantage.
Thank God for advantage, natural 20. The other was a 4.
Okay. You walk up and you go like, oh, I know what that is. Obviously. It is a rune symbolizing like protection, but not just protection. It calls to mind like the power of a thunderstorm and how like power can, like, even though sometimes that power can be destructive, sometimes it can be protective. So it's just that kind of, I just lost my word. That's the concept that room conveys, is how even though sometimes power can be destructive, it can also be protective.
Oh, Johan, this is
oh, go ahead.
Act for you.
Yeah, I know. So, this rune.
It's
This
like,
one. The still glowing one.
Yeah, no, it's weirdly fitting.
Yeah, let me take... I haven't actually looked at it yet. I was busy watching your expression be kind of wacky, so... I'm going to look at it as well, because I haven't actually heard explanations yet.
Oh, so it was the same room that you looked at before with your history check where you got a 14.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was the protective one before. We're looking at the glowing one now. You said there were two, right?
Yes. Yes. The glowing one that's carved into the stone.
Oh, I
and
thought.
then you have the one that's etched into the stone.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
It's
I was
like,
a little.
They're all kind of like superimposed.
Okay, they're the same one. Okay, got it. I was
Yeah.
very confused for a moment about the two different rooms.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Right.
It's my fault.
Right. All good. Okay.
All right. So yeah. Of that. I think I have a feeling here. I cast Spark at it.
I'm taking a step back before he does that.
It kind of like, okay, so you cast Spark at it. Make a dexterity save.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. That's a. Hold on, I'm checking the full. Hold on, 17.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do this to you.
No, I figured this was going to happen. I wanted to make sure it happened now.
Okay.
Listen, I'm much safer for this to happen to than anybody else in the party. I don't think there's any dispute of that.
That's true. Oh, so this is going to be quartered because I forgot that you.
Yeah.
It's lightning damage. I don't own enough dice for this roll.
Yeah, I know. I figured. I know how this works.
Dear God, what have you done?
I know exactly what I've done. This is why you were standing in a different direction than I was facing. Just like the rest of the group.
$42 divided in 2 is 21 divided in 2 is 10.
Yep.
So, as you cast Spark at this room, it sparks back.
Yep.
And you can, so there's a spark, almost like a condensed lightning bolt that like stays in the wall. And then there's a boom. And you are hit with just this wave of, it's a weird sensation because it feels like a really forceful impact like what you would expect from thunder, but it's also kind of burning and tingly like you would expect, or like you know happens with lightning. So it's a weird kind of sensation, but what's interesting is the wall, that kind of fractal image that was kind of embossed onto the wall is glowing a little bit brighter. And it looks like this trap being triggered is what actually has caused that image to appear on the wall.
Yep. Yep. Whew. That was a lot. Ouch. By the way, I assume I have to keep concentration up for detect magic, right?
Yes. So it has to be over 10.
Yeah, it was a 15. It's fine.
You're good. I mean, considering your experience, you've done this to yourself before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or panache.
I'll just.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just gonna pat Yoan on the shoulder and heal him 10 out of my.
I'm good. I can't actually heal 10.
Oh right.
Yeah, because
We have the
Yeah, I
gotcha.
haven't even got into my regular hit points yet.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Thanks to Leon.
yes, thank
They'll
you.
had 10 temporary hit points.
Also, I'm sorry, but a lightning bolt hitting me is not panache.
You're supposed to have the panache.
Exactly.
I've learned a
It's
thing or
because
two
the
after being
room-
with it.
Sorry.
At some point, you're going to have to learn. Okay, whatever. I'm going to now go to the carved one, having disabled. Before this, first I have to know: is it still glowing? Obviously, not the wall, the
No.
other room.
No, there's nothing more
Good.
magical in
Walk
that
up to
little
the
corner of the room.
actual engraved one and say, "You stay where you are," and I'm going to cast spark again.
Nothing.
Cool. Still glowing?
No, there's nothing glowing. All of the magic was
Oh, I said the engraved one, not the.
right. All of the magic in that little corner
Okay. Okay. Got it.
has been triggered by one thing
Cool.
or another, or dispelled by one thing or another.
Perfect. So I'd like to see if there's anything worth trying to go or able to try and go further into, a door
Yes,
or anything.
that little archway leads into a hallway.
Yeah.
And based on what you all know about the fortress in the Glen, and kind of seeing that this had a similar layout, what should be in that little left-hand corner is the stairs. And you can see that there's kind of like a crumbling, like you can see parts of the stairwell. And it looks like this little archway was carved underneath the stairwell. So, and it's dark. I mean, it's pitch black in that hall. So as you approach it, Liliana, who had been kind of like checking for traps on the other half of the room, because it's a huge room, notices the trap go off and makes her way over to all of you. And Midicus says, "Oh, all right, I think this is where we need to go." And Liliana pulls out a couple of torches and lights them. And it's very clear that the members of the Rangers have done this kind of thing before, because just without even saying anything to each other, Liliana hands one torch to Justin, one torch to Andre, says, "I'll be in the middle." And like, there's just, it's a well-oiled machine. So, what do you all do? Do you all follow into the black hallway?
Yeah, Dink's gonna take up a position that's kind of, I guess, counter with Andre. So wherever it is that Andre is, he's basically gonna position himself either forward or back from where he is a few paces.
I'm gonna go towards the front, like probably like Andre's second from the front, or probably be around Andre, but not like probably like right behind him, or try to get behind him.
Okay. So Justin went to the front, then Dink. So Johan, do you want to be right in front of Andre, or
Behind.
okay? How about the rest of you? So right now it's Justin, Dink, Liliana, Andre, Johan.
I'll take up the back.
Okay.
I guess I'll be behind Johan.
All right.
I'll probably be kind of towards the back with Kia-ish.
All right.
Out of curiosity, like how tall is the hallway, the corridor?
So, wait, who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Zagar, where are you? In the lineup. I will answer your question. I'm just gonna march order.
I will do my best to flank Dink.
All right. So in order to get like through the archway, I'd say probably most of you have to duck down a little bit, but, well, unless you're Andre, then you have to duck down a large bit. But he manages to get through. Once you get through the archway, it opens up, and it's like 6, 7 foot tall ceilings. So Andre still has to hunch a little bit. He's 7'10", so he still has to hunch a little bit, but the rest of you are totally comfortable.
Yeah.
So you all are walking through this hallway. There's really nothing to speak of. I mean, it's black obsidian stone, and that's all there is to say about it. It twists and turns and goes for time, kind of just starts to feel like it's dragging a little bit, just walking and walking and walking, and eventually the hallway hits a dead end. And there's any of you are actually close enough to see it right now. Actually, you don't know. None of you can see what's on the wall. You kind of, all of a sudden the line comes to a halt. And
is Dink or Zagar or either one of us close enough? Because we're kind of right behind Justin.
In normal light, you would be able to totally see it. I'm trying to think of how the light is interacting with the obsidian. You can make out a faint, like, impression of a hand in this dead end. And it looks like there might be something else carved near it, but you can't really quite make out what it is.
Is it within 30 feet of me? I mean,
Of you?
I mean, it's fine if not. I'm just double checking. And also, is it right in front of me so that it's being blocked by people, which I assume it is?
Yes, it is within 30 feet, but I would say yes, it's being blocked by.
Well, my main point is, do
Andre
I
is
detect
in front of
magic
you.
through all that?
No, because Andre's standing in front of you.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
You can't detect magic through Andre, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the line has stopped, so if you care to move out of line, you certainly are able to. The hall is wide enough that if any of you would like to get out of line and see why you stopped.
Well, I don't.
Somewhat unrelated. Where's Midicus in this lineup?
I was about to put him in the lineup again. I feel so bad. I keep forgetting him. We will say he was actually like side by side with Justin. So like the two of them were meeting together. I don't know why I keep forgetting him. I feel terrible. So he's currently in the front.
Okay.
And oh, go ahead.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay.
Sorry.
I won't tell Medicus that you keep forgetting him.
He's like one of my main NPCs, and I just can't keep his name in my head. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
What's going on up there?
There's a handprint and something that I can't read. And about that time, I'm gonna shove Zagar forward because he's like the only magic-y type person that's nearby that I feel comfortable shoving forward. So.
Touche. So you kind of abruptly move forward, Zagar.
If it's a handprint, can you get Minicus? I don't know where he is. I can't really tell very well. I mean, he may be behind me. I'm trying to... I don't see him behind me. I think he's probably in front of me somewhere, in front of Andre. I can't really see.
We got him. He's up here.
Okay. You should probably figure out whether or not he's supposed to put his hand in the handprint, if there's a handprint.
So, Zagar, so as Dink pushes you forward, what do you do?
I will saunter up with panache and take a look at what's up there.
I'm tempted to make you roll to see how much panache you have, but I won't.
How much space do you have to saunter?
No, I mean, they didn't like walk into the wall and stop. Like, Justin noticed it. There's a fair bit of space. So you see the handprint impression. Whatever else is carved there, it's a weird sort of like, it's blurred. And it's not that it's poorly carved, but you just stare at it and you can't, it's not intelligible for some reason. But Minicus is standing next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he has almost just like gone like, like there's no sort of response or anything from him to the fact that you just sauntered up with your usual panache. No response to him at all if you try to say anything. And he's just kind of staring in the general vicinity of the handprint and the whatever else is there.
And the rest of it is, it's blurred. It's not that it's just a different language, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You can't even tell that it's a different language. I mean, it's not clear at all.
Okay. I will start by waving my hand in front of the eyes of Miticus.
Nothing.
I will then forcibly turn him around.
Make a strength check.
Strength or strength athletics?
No, I think you're right. It's strength athletics.
25.
Oh my. Nothing. He's just, it's like his feet are rooted into the ground and he doesn't move.
Well, that's not normal.
And so as you think or say, whichever one you do, that's not normal, he snaps out of it a little bit, kind of like shakes himself, acknowledges that you're right there and that you just said something. Goes, okay. And he unsheaths the dagger and he just real lightly kind of nicks his thumb a little bit and puts his hand on the handprint and goes through the wall. Like just walks through the wall.
At which point I turn around to the rest of the group and said, "See, I told you we needed his blood."
At least we didn't have to take his hand.
What happened?
Medicus went through the wall.
What? Is he okay?
There's a wall?
There's the wall,
No wonder we
the
stopped moving.
handprint, and there was bleeding. Medicus is gone now.
We can't really see anything through Andre. What is it okay? What's going on?
Andre, as you say that, if you allow this to happen, Johan, Andre turns around to you picks you up and puts you down in front of him.
Thank you. Thanks. Now what's going on with this wall?
Huge hand past you on the shoulder.
So,
Oh, okay.
does the blurry part take shape at all?
No.
Okay.
Is it still? They said that he walked through. Is it? So is this like an illusory wall? Well, what exactly happened? You said he just walked through it.
No, he bled, put his hand on the wall, and
What?
walked through.
Oh, he cut. Okay.
Why else would I say that we needed his blood?
I don't know, honestly. I didn't know what step we'd need that at.
Vagar, are you a vampire and you're just not telling us? This is kind of an.
That's also another option. I've heard of some of this.
I didn't say I want his blood.
That's yeah.
The Vault is a vampire.
Yeah. Anyway, point is, vampiric walls aside, vampiric partially ethereal walls. I don't know. We really have to figure out. First of all, if he can hear us. Can you hear us, Miticus? 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 Right? Right? It's Miticus, right?
I'm gonna try and make my way up to the front of the room.
I'm gonna message through the wall. Cast message. Can you hear us? Hello?
At this point, Dink's just gonna kind of back up.
Can you hear us through message?
No.
There's no response? Oh, all right.
No response. You don't know if he can hear you.
Is there like a rock? Is there a rock on the floor or something? Like just some pebbles or something?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay, I'll pick one up
It's
and
like
throw
little
it at the
bits of
wall.
gravel. It bounces off.
Okay. Try and poke the wall.
Wait, so
You're poking stone.
so I'm yelling from my location. How did he get through the wall?
He cut himself and bled on it.
So
We think it's a vampiric, ethereal something, or it's probably like some sort of magical blood lock or something. But I wish he'd stayed, because then we could each have some of his blood and just walk through. But now we have to figure out how to get past.
So I walk up, since nobody else has taken this.
Andre has moved himself to the back of the line. You are now all in front of Andre.
So I've walked to the front, and you said, so he cut himself, put his hand on the thing, and he went through.
Yeah, but I think it has to be like some sort of special thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just any blood.
In the process of doing that, I cut my hand or cut my thumb and put my hand on the handprint.
It is solid stone.
Yeah, I think it has to be his, which is unfortunate because he could have given us some of his blood and we could have just each walked through. It would have been really easy. I've been casting message,
How
but
many
he
of
hasn't
you are
really.
standing up at the wall?
The key has moved to the front by this point.
I'm standing in front of the wall.
Okay. Let's see here. So, Johan, as you're saying that about this is possibly some vampire wall, or we need his blood, all of a sudden his hand pops out with a stack of books.
With a what?
With a stack of books.
Woo! All right. Can I try and like message him now at least, or try and have like something?
Yeah.
Okay. We need your blood to get through. Could you come out and cut yourself a bunch of times so we can each have a bit of blood to go through?
You don't need to cut it. Just you can use.
Yeah, that's fair. You get the point. You get the point.
No, I mean, yeah, I get the point. But
Not the literal
asking
point. The
somebody
other
to-
point.
We don't need to ask to somebody to habitually like cut themselves.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to set dangerous precedents over here.
No, but you know what I
No.
mean.
I will, if you take the books from me, I will gather the other stuff and come out.
But I'm curious what else is in there. What if
Take
there's
the
more
books.
runes or other? Okay,
I will
fine,
literally
fine.
have everything with me.
But are you
the hand
sure?
disappears,
Okay.
and a few minutes later, Miticus walks out. He says,
Okay.
it literally wouldn't have worked for you. He
Yeah,
says,
I know that. That's why we brought you, right? Right. Good job, Zagar.
yes, I did my job. I accessed the blood vault. I mean, literally, none of you would have been able to follow me in there.
Not even if we had blood, or is that more of a?
Not even with my blood.
Okay, so it was that type of spell. Just checking. Just
Yeah.
checking. Thought it would be good to know.
He has this large sword sheathed on his back.
Did you get that in there?
He did not have it before, so you assume he got it out of the blood vault.
That's a nice armory.
He just kind of chuckles. He has 3 chests, kind of like stacked up.
Got buff?
And then he handed you the 3 books.
Yes. Can I read the titles or other title? Kia, come here. Are there titles on this? Or something?
One of them has a pretty elaborate lock on it. And
Leon, first question I should have been asking is, are any of them magical? Sorry.
Oh goodness, yes.
All of 3 of them.
Literally everything.
Good. Just checking.
Literally everything.
Good.
What do the books actually say?
Yeah, that was the question before I got distracted.
Because I can read all languages.
Yeah. So one of them has an image of it's kind of like your typical forest scene with an archer up in a tree. That one is locked, and it says, the title is Hunt Masters. Oh, I just lost my notes. Sorry, a lot of it all of a sudden. It says Hunt Masters spell book, and then like underneath it, I guess it looks like a subtitle is just says, the knowledge of all of the greatest masters will be imparted to you upon reading this book. So that's the first one. The second one says, it just says Veilmark, kind of like in like fancy writing at the top. There's a picture of a map of Veilmark, and on the front, and this one is very thin. It's almost more like a card, I guess, more than a book. I mean, it's like bound with a nice hard cover, but it's super thin.
Is it like one of
that
those,
one
like,
is not locked.
Traveler's guides?
Now it is.
It's a tourist pamphlet.
It's a Veilmark. What should you see on this island that's full of Goliaths who will kill you if they don't know you?
Come to beautiful Veilmark, where we have dead.
Come to Murder Island. You will get murdered.
But do they have rum?
I assume so.
3-egg buffet.
They do. So that one is not locked. Would any of you care to open it?
I advised against opening any of these.
I'm gonna see if I can't unlock the locked one.
That would be a good idea.
The
I advise
Archer
against.
Spellbook or the third one? Because the third one is also locked.
What's the third one first? And then I'll probably unlock both of them if I can.
The third one says, it has this gem. It's an image. It's not an actual gem. It's an image of a blood red ruby, surrounded by gold jewelry findings. It's pretty large, and it says, it just says the history of the Sovereign Stone on it.
I would like to take that one and cast knock on it. I'm not immediately. I'm first going to say, you should all cover your ears, by the way. I'm going to walk all the way down the path, and I would like to cast knock on it.
Alrighty.
I guess I'll get to work on the Archer's book then.
Okay.
Could I read the cover, by the way? Sorry. I assume it's in like Elvish or something like it.
It is not.
Oh, well then
What languages are they in?
I'll wait for someone to tell me what the titles are.
Leon can read the titles. I got
Oh.
all in Celestial.
Well,
I
then
can
what are the
read it.
I
titles?
can read the
I
title.
can read it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So someone
several
tells me the
people know.
titles, and then I'll take it away and cast knock on it.
So everybody except for Dink and Johan can read that.
Somehow, yes, the vast majority of the party knows Celestial.
How strange. But yeah, I would like to cast
Okay,
knock.
so you're casting Knock.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, So, how long does detect magic for?
It's 10 minutes, but I was casting it as a ritual, so I would keep recasting it.
Okay, so you still have that. So the magical essence of the lock fades. It is still locked, though.
I'll cast it again. I'm okay
No,
with this.
the magical essence, the magical lock
Yeah.
has faded.
Yeah.
There's a
So knock does not do anything more.
Oh, it's just I thought you were saying that it's the mechanical one is locked and the magical one has faded.
Right. So knock doesn't affect the mechanical lock. It only affects the magical lock.
No, it says magic. It says mundane or magical.
Did I read that wrong?
Target that is held shut by a mundane or is stuck or barred becomes unlocked. If you chose target
Right.
that is held
If
shut
you
with arcane lock, it's suppressed for 10 minutes. You cast it per lock.
Oh, I did read that wrong. Sorry. I read that wrong. My bad. So you cast it a second time as the mundane lock opens.
Cool.
However, you can't read it. It's in Celestial.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Darn.
Can I read it?
Yes, you can.
I'm not going to give it to her.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that by my side.
Okay.
Do you come back with the book or not?
No.
So you just stay over there?
And
No, I put it in my bag.
Oh, okay. So you just walk back without a. Okay, I'm immediately gonna be like,
I walked away, cast knock twice, and then walked back without a book.
yes.
You can cast your own assumptions from the thunderous sound that came away, and now I don't have a book.
yes.
I'm immediately gonna be like, so did you unlock that book or not?
I mean, you can make your own assumptions from the very, very loud noises.
So I'm assuming you did, and do you read Celestial?
No. No, I'm going to be honest, I don't. You had to tell me the title. Of course I don't read Celestial. You had to tell me the title.
So then why are you holding on to the book?
Reasons. I want to try and learn it.
Well, there might be knowledge that might be more readily usable by other people who do read Celestial, who can then return the book to you so you can learn the language.
Perfect. Anyway, so, other two books. What did you guys learn?
Well, if the Traveler's Guide.
Can I insight check that, please?
Yeah. I assume you're wanted to defend against that insight check, Johan?
Yes.
25.
So, well, hold on, just one moment. Okay, so Johan is clearly not holding it to learn what's inside it. He's very much holding it so you don't.
Ah,
Yes. That is pretty much exactly what I would have said, actually.
good to know.
Yes. All right.
Cool.
So
let me use my Thieves' Tools and try to unlock the Ranger book.
yes. Go ahead and we'll rewind to while Johan was casting knock. You are working with your Thieves' Tools. 26. So you are able to unlock the physical lock. It's a strong, sturdy lock that Yeah, for most people would have been hard to pick, but wasn't really all that hard for you.
Yes. I think it might have been another one of those locks that Zay got a while ago.
But I realized I forgot to roll a save, so I just did. I got a 5. It was fine.
Once you learn how to break in and get fine dried meats, you can break into anything.
Fair enough. Did we lose Betsy?
I think,
looks like we did.
yeah.
No.
We were going so well.
Got so far.
The arcane
so
knowledge
hard.
has unlocked a
But
new
in the end,
a new
it
virus.
didn't really matter.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Going to be right back.
Oh.
best thing I heard was Leon's roll to unlock the Archer spell book. Did you hear any of my response?
Why did that? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Today on Technology Decides to Beat.
Today on Tech Issues.
Tech Issues, the live stream. Okay, no, I think I did hear most of that.
Just keep going. I will work on the pictures.
No, yeah. I think I heard most of it. The actual
What I was saying
was unlocked.
So
and
what do you
made
do?
a joke about it being a similar lock to the one as the pantry of the one individual. Yeah.
Nice.
And then that's where I lost you. So.
Yes, that's where I got lost.
Okay.
So, the physical lock is unlocked. What do you do with the book?
Gonna open it, I guess.
You can't.
Okay. I tried.
It's almost like the pages are glued shut.
So, when I get back from my unlocking thing and Leon asks me, did I unlock my... By the way, did you unlock yours? How's that going?
Got the physical lock off, but I'm assuming there's probably a magical element that I don't delve in, unfortunately.
Okay, I suggest you cover your ears.
Or you can walk away again and then come back.
Oh, I'm not walking away. I'm just saying you should cover your ears unless you want eardrums bleeding.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Do you literally stay right beside Leon when you cast knock?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you should probably walk away if you want to stay in view. Whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to stand next to me.
I'm gonna stare him in the face when he does this.
Okay then.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna cast my third second level spell today of knock.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. So
It doesn't have damage in the thing, but yeah. So as soon as I do,
I'm
you have
trying
10
to
minutes.
decide if I want to have you roll damage.
Yeah, that's the question.
No.
All right.
Leon, you get a bit of tinnitus for half a day. Kind of hurts. Your ears are kind of ringing. But no, I'm not going to make it actually do damage.
Yeah. You have 10 minutes.
So you open the book and it's blank. But you opened it.
Probably because I'm not a ranger.
Yes.
Hey.
We have about 9 minutes and like 30 seconds to look at this book.
What do you need?
Gonna hand it to you so you can read it because you're a ranger and this looks like a ranger.
I was gonna call Kia over. Oh, cool.
Imagine that. It's a book for archers. So I'm assuming you take the book, Jackson,
I grab the book and I start looking at it.
Okay. So you start to look at it, and you have this Okay, so you, on the first page, it's like at the top of it, it has a name. It says D'Artagnan. I did not come up with the last name for this person. So it just says D'Artagnan at the top, and you see it's almost like a dissertation on archery skills. But it's not like a heavy sort of like hard to read thing. It just kind of like the information just kind of flows into you. And you to everyone else, you see Jackson holding the book every once in a while turning the page, but not responsive at all. And for 13 minutes, Juxon, you were just reading this book. And this information is just, like, you're not having to try to understand it. You're not even really reading it. It's just there. And after those 13 minutes, you turn to the last page, you close the book. And it's as if you had just spent 100 years studying under the finest archers. Like, you just have this innate knowledge that you didn't have before. And I will, once I finish typing it up, we'll send you what that means mechanically. But it's just this, you understand the physics and the mechanics of your bow like you never have before. And you understand, like, this, how the spells work. And you just, as you come out of it, it's a little overwhelming to all of a sudden have all this knowledge that you didn't have 13 minutes ago.
Interesting. So in the process of me closing this book, I kind of just look at him and be like, so much information. And I just kind of like just sit down, like just go down, and I kind of like just like sit there just absorbing everything that I just learned.
Alrighty.
Like it's almost to that point. Like I kind of look at him and like kind of look up and just so much information that I've never known. Like stuff that seems like I would have never learned before without this book. I can do like I feel like I'm gonna be able to do things that's gonna benefit whatever's gonna happen. And
Well,
just
that's handy.
be able to do more. There's just like an awe look on my face, like as I'm trying to explain this, because the information that I learned is phenomenal. Like it's amazing. Because it's things that I probably would have never have thought of.
So we're sure we don't want to check the other book to see if it does the same thing for somebody else? Just asking.
Yeah,
might be
Johan.
really
You wanna check? You want someone to check the book, Johan?
It's gone. I blew it up. Definitely. I mean, you heard the explosion. I'm being clearly sarcastic.
Key is making a face at you, and it's clear that they do not believe a word you were saying.
I'm just gonna message. I'm okay with this. Listen, I know I'm not even. Yeah, listen. We'll figure it out. I'm sure the next place we go, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You can reply to this message if you're not too annoyed.
You don't get a response.
That's fine.
So that went well. What's the other one?
I don't know. It's not locked.
I was asking whoever's still holding on to it. I'm assuming Johan's not, since he walked off with the other one.
Nope.
Oh, the map one.
Yeah, that one.
What you're referring to.
Yeah, who has that? I mean, technically it's been 13 minutes. I'm assuming at some point during that, one of us got bored and started looking at the map.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the travel pamphlet.
I honestly don't remember which of you had it last.
I think it was
Wherever is,
Zagar
Dink's
actually.
gonna grab it. Oh wait, does Zagar have it?
I think Zagar has it.
I'm looking for all the best bars in all of Valemere.
That sounds accurate. Dink is helping to plan a road trip.
Bar hopping across the entire island.
I love that you're doing that on Valemark.
And we can definitely
The
plan.
least
They're
hospitable
giants,
of the
right?
island.
So we're gonna have to plan to do the whole giant trench coat, two of us back thing.
We are not 3 humans in a trench coat. What are you talking about?
That's what we have Andre for.
Oh, good point. Andre, you get to be like our
He
front.
overhears.
He's your
He
adult
says-
escort?
He's our
He
DD.
says, "You don't want that. There's a reason I don't go home."
There's a reason none of us go home.
He kind of shrugs, like, touche.
Kia, if you're still staring at Johan, he definitely has a look at that one too.
Ooh. Good to know.
So what else do we get out of there? There was a sword. Midicus has a sword, right?
Yes, and there's 3 chests.
Yes.
So Zagar, when you open the map, first it just looks like a map, like any other map of Valemark. It's a map. It doesn't have any bars though or anything. It's literally like it's almost like a drone image of the actual physical island. Obviously not actually taken by drone. That's what it looks like.
Then
So
bird
it kind of has like landmarks and like.
It was taken by a bird with the scry spell.
Yes. That's the D&D version of drones. Is people who have
Based
birds
on,
for familiars.
Based on Zagar's knowledge of stories and songs that he's heard in bars, he will still tell Dink about all the best bars on Valemark to go to.
Awesome. I like it.
Dink is definitely making a note of all those places.
Awesome.
After which point, I believe Valemark is one of the 3 places we have to go anyway.
Yes.
I will hand it to Midicus, back to Midicus, and say, we'll have to go here eventually.
He just kind of nods. He has been sitting with this huge sword. I mean, yes, it's a great sword, but it's literally huge. He's just kind of been like holding it, like getting the feel for it. Yeah, just kind of sitting there with his sword. And as you hand him the tourist pamphlet, he kind of nods and, oh, thank you. And he takes it. So yeah, so there's 3 large-ish chests that are left. They're all pretty simple, straightforward, like wooden chests. Not anything super fancy. Excuse me. None of them are locked. Johan, you don't see any magical essence. So yeah. Do any of you go to open them?
I'm gonna wait until everyone else starts divvying it up.
I'll take a look
hovering
inside
back
the
and
box.
forth between the map and the sword.
What was that? I didn't hear that last bit. Whoever just said something about the map and the sword.
Oh, that I'm just saying that Dink's hovering between the map and the sword. Kia, I think, was
Okay.
going for the chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look in some of the chests.
Okay. So, sorry, there's a conversation around me that distracted me. So they're all pretty much the same size. They're decently big, but not so big that Midicus couldn't carry all three of them at once. So you open up the first one, and it is a lot of gold and platinum. It is full. Sorry, just 1 minute. Can you grab my phone? Turn it off. Can you turn it off? Yes. Sorry, guys. Thought I turned that sound off. I am not on top of things tonight. So the first one is full of platinum and gold. The second one you opened, and it has these vials that look, so that the glass itself is kind of has like diamond, like words. It's cut glass, so there's like a design, a pattern on the glass itself, and anyone who's looking at these can tell, oh, these are magic. It is 28 vials of wizard's dust, which is, I don't know that it's come up yet on stream. I'll take a second to explain wizard's dust. Wizard's dust is essentially the essence, the pure essence of the creative force in this world. So the energy that was utilized when this world was formed, and also how individuals on this plane can access magic. There are some natural sources of wizard's dust in the world, but they're very rare because it requires very pure water, as well as an access point to, like an access point where the veils between the planes are a little bit thin. So it's essentially, if you want to become a wizard or a witch, you have to undergo a period of 7 days where you lock yourself into a magic circle of protection, and you drink 1 vial of wizard's dust a day for 7 days. And there's more to that I'm not going to get into. But at the end of that, you then have the ability to learn how to access magic reliably.
So don't chug it. Understood.
Yes, so no chugging it. However, it's incredibly rare. And so the fact that there are 28 vials, which is enough for 4 people to undergo their mana fast, is huge. So when you open it here, Justin, Midicus, Liana, and Andre all just kind of go, like, oh, what? And Liliana even says,
I'm going to drop detect magic because I'm basically blinded.
Pretty much. It's like looking at the sun. I mean, it's glowing even without detect magic. These things are powerful. So does anyone have a reaction to that?
I'm gonna very carefully close it and be like, so don't drop this.
So there's still one more chest. Everyone's just kind of in shocked silence, just like, So.
I'll move to the next chest just to make sure there's not more of it.
Okay. So there are 15 glass bottles in this chest, and they are all full of a red liquid. There's 3 varying shades of red, and there's 5 of each shade. I don't know that you would know what these are.
Can I see that being opened?
If you've recovered from the 20,
I'd say
the
take a
wizard
minute or
stuff,
two.
yeah.
If it's still open in like a minute or two, I'd say probably.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yes.
All right, I'll spend another few minutes, several minutes, or 10 minutes casting detect magic again, and walk over and see what type of magic it is. Because I believe detect magic reveals the specific school.
Yes. I don't know what the specific school is.
I can make an Arcana check if you want.
Yeah, should I make one as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can. Yes, you can both. Definitely, the 2 of you are familiar with arcane stuff. You can both make that. Well, no.
23.
14.
Okay. So Kia, you're not sure. You guess they have some magic in them, just based on everything else you've found in the vault. Johan, they are healing potions. 5 greater, 5 regular, and 5 lesser.
They're healing potions. Greater, regular, and lesser. 5 of each.
Useful.
Yeah.
Quite.
It's a good thing to have. I'd say, I believe you're the one with the healing capabilities. You should probably hang on to a lot of them. Not all of them. We should probably spread them out a bit so that if you go down, someone can heal you. But I suspect you should probably carry a bulk of them. Right?
That's what people want me to do.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you to do that right now. I mean, I figure that just makes sense, but well, obviously I'll ask everybody. So, yeah. We're going to have to... First of all, I think we should shut that chest and figure out what to do next.
Isn't there one more still?
What was that?
Don't we still have one more chest, or is that the 3rd chest?
No. One was platinum, one was the wizard's dust, and one was the healing potion. So
how many people are with us? We should probably start just, figure out the chest of money and then deal with that later. Other 2 or something. I don't know.
well, there's 4 people other than all of you.
Not to mention an entire organization who probably wants some of it.
That's kind of my point.
So if that's everything from the Blood Vault, we should maybe get out of the tiny hallway.
Yeah, probably.
Valid. So Minicus has been really quiet since getting back out from the Blood Vault. He's been particularly focusing on the sword that he found in there. But when he opened the chest with the wizard's dust, it kind of pulled his attention for a minute. And he and Liliana, as you all are having this conversation, he and Liliana are like carefully wrapping each vial, just like in whatever they can find. And
I'll give them some
sure
silk. I'll give them some silk rope.
Oh, thank you, Johan.
It's
Liliana
good to make sure that stuff doesn't just get out to anywhere. It could cause some issues.
She seems a little taken aback that you know what it is, just because it is so rare, but she just kind of goes, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
This is worth more than 20 times the platinum that's in that other chest.
Yep.
We can like sell that, right?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Why
She
can't
just
we
goes-
sell that?
No.
Because it's worth way more.
This is priceless.
pricey. Yeah.
It's like trying to sell a really giant sword that can insta-kill you, but it'll just infect anything that it touches with insta-kill you.
Just not.
Except not. But that's like, it's like that, but not. I mean,
I
think of it like
what
that.
Johan is, I think what Johan is trying to say is this is pure magic. Literally, this is what magic is.
So like, I could touch that and be magic.
Well, you would have to drink it. There's a whole process, but potentially yes. It could also kill you. It's pretty much a 50-50 chance.
I mean, that sounds like something that's totally marketable, right, Sagar? That's something that could be done.
Yeah.
Just an idea. I guess we should I'm gonna start leaving. That's cool.
Yes. So Liliana finishes packaging and padding files of Wizard's Vest, and Andre, she just kind of looks at Andre, like doesn't even have to say anything. She just looks at him, and he picks up the other two chests and just easily starts walking down the hallway. So do you all make your way out of the ruins?
I'm going to take one last look at that handprint.
Or
It's just, all right, fine, I'll go.
it's a little bloody now.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of looking at the stuff next to it, but yeah, you know,
Oh,
still blurred.
It's still blurry.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Same. Just make sure I didn't leave anything, and then
Yeah, once everybody's
Right.
outside, Dink's probably gonna go up to.
So you all.
You can go ahead.
Who? Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that he was gonna go up to Midicus and basically kind of start asking him if he knows how to use swords and see if he wants to try it out.
So when you first approach him, he kind of startled a little bit. He says, maybe when we get to camp.
Cool.
Although, maybe I'll surprise you when we get to camp.
That'll be fun. Excellent. Looking forward to it.
Andre goes, he overhears this. A surprise? Maybe I will join in on this fight.
Yeah, definitely. We can get Justin in on it too. Free for all.
Justin responses. Just make sure you don't fight me on an empty stomach again.
Wouldn't dream of it. I'll be prepared.
Justin just kind of laughs and continues walking. So, unless there's anything that anyone wants to do, I'm going to kind of go through this whole journey back to the Glen pretty quickly. But is there anything?
I'm gonna do my usual, except now I can do it a little bit better. Just, you know. What, Windy? No, better since we left, but not since we got on the previous ship. level up out of game. I'm just saying. Not.
So you're just making it windy?
I'm being honest. I'm not It wasn't a book thing. That was I leveled up since the previous thing. Yes.